Okay, so we got the food processor going, and you can see it's gotten pretty soupy in there, but that's going to thicken up when we get some of our spices in there. So another thing that I do is just push extra stuff. Do this from time to time. Push it down into the soup a little bit because stuff gets caught up on the sides. Okay, so the spices. I use lots of spices. I got this whole row up here: cinnamon, turmeric, basil, rosemary, thyme, sage, nutmeg, ginger. Oh, and they all have really good properties as far as your health and digestive system and immune system and lots of good stuff. So these are all spices that have been proven with scientific studies to have definite and significant health benefits. So we're going to start adding some of these spices here as we do this food processor. So we'll just bring them all down here. And nutmeg is yummy. I don't really measure anything ever. There's amounts on the recipe, and yeah, that's all fine and dandy if you're into that kind of thing. And a lot of people are, so that's great. But the amounts that I put down on the recipe were about what I use usually, but I don't like taking the time to measure stuff out, so I never did. So just kind of put it on in there about like what I think is about right. And that also gives me a little surprise every time. Each time it tastes a little bit different, which is good too. Sometimes I accidentally spill too much, and that's always interesting. But it's still yummy, because you can't ruin this recipe. The yummity goodness is just too yummity! Oh, yummity! Oh, I'm drooling, my gosh. Just thinking about this. As you can tell, I am a food addict. And I'm also an overeater. But it doesn't matter, because these recipes are negative fat recipes. So the more you eat, the leaner you get. So overeaters lend themselves really well to this kind of nutrition program, because it's really good for you. Oh, I'm getting excited. I can't wait. And oh, I'm almost out of turmeric. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm out of turmeric. I didn't get much in there. Oh, I gotta get some turmeric. Okay. That starts my grocery list. Alright, turn it back on, mixes it all in. But that's not all. We still have some more stuff to add. We have the California style granulated garlic from Costco. And we have organic no salt seasoning from Costco. And these are yummity goodness. I took the shaker part off because I put a lot in here, and it takes too much time for me to stand here and shake, shake, shake. And I'm not the most patient person in the world. So this does have the shaker thing on it, because you can have too much garlic. So that regulates things a little bit. And then we have got some extra stuff here. Okay, the last thing we have to add is ground flaxseed. This is also cold milled Costco ground flaxseed. Yummy goodness from Costco. And I already said that. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the stuff that really thickens this up as you're mixing it. So you want to add this last. And I put 7 scoops in here because I got 7 pounds of hamburger going. So here we go. Watch it all mix in. Oh! There's so much flavor. There's so much taste in there. There's so many antioxidants. There's so many vitamins, minerals, spices that are good for you. This is a health blast goulash. There is, we're talking nutrient density here. Wow. Oh, look at the yummity. Look at how, oh man. It's just forming. Look at how thick it's thickening up. Oh, I have to swallow because otherwise drool would fall down onto my chest. I am telling you, this is quite an I am having way too much fun with this. Okay, so that's about done. So, take all this out. Now, pop out that sucker, shake it on in there. Don't want to waste too much of the yummy goodness. And then we start shaking this in there. Okay. And I better put this down so I can use two hands to scoop out. Yummy! Gotta get it all out of there. There's so much goodness in here. Gotta get it all. You can't waste any of it. Careful, this is sharp. Careful, PJ, don't cut yourself. This is sharp as a razor. Okay, all there. Got it all off. Oh, I don't even want to rinse off my hand. This is so valuable. This stuff is so good. Okay. Now, what's next? Jalapenos. We can't forget the jalapenos. I almost forgot the jalapenos. The reason jalapenos are so important is because they add so much taste to this. I've done this without I forgot them last time I made this recipe, and it was just okay. It wasn't fantastic. Now, if you don't have a taste for spice and hot heat kind of food, spicy food, then you'll want to cut down on the ratio of these jalapenos. I'm going to put in 11 with my 7 pounds here, but if you don't like spicy foods, then try 3 or 4, because then you're probably not going to notice it. But if it's less than 1 jalapeno per pound of meat, you're probably not going to pick up on it, but it's going to add so much flavor, because jalapenos have tons of flavor. They're not just hot, they're just flavorful, and they're really good for you with gobs of vitamin C. So I'm going to get these done, come back, and then we'll continue.